Oh snap. Today is the day. How are you all doing? Today is the day I'm introducing you all to my website, Numu-Know. Numu-Know. What does that even mean, first of all? Well, I think obviously Numu is a word that we use to refer to us, Paiute people, the people. Numu-Know, I think is clear, is a word that means knowing something. It's associated with knowledge, and knowledge is associated with learning. And so that's what I hope this website is going to be about. It's about learning Paiute. And there's also like a double meaning here, because Numu-Know in the actual in Paiute, Numu-Know can mean with the people. Like I am learning Numu-Know with the people, and I hope each and every one of us are doing the same. And so again, Numu-Know, learning, knowing Paiute, we're doing it with the people. We're linking arms and we're moving forward, pressing on, desiring and endeavoring to keep our language alive for generations to come. So this is just one of my small ways I hope to contribute to that. I love our language. I love our Numu Yaruana, and I don't want it to die off. I want it to continue on, to thrive. So this is one of the ways I hope to contribute to that. And so basically, I found a lot of stories locked away in a university's archive, and that just kind of drove me nuts. Just like they're just accumulating dust, and I think that's ridiculous. It's like, no, these are our stories, and they need to be with the people. They need to be shared with the people. And so that's what I did. I got the stories. They're over 100 years old. Some of them from back in the 1800s, they were recorded and they were just scanned. That was pretty cool. A lot of them are scanned and on the university's website that you have to kind of email and get access to. But I took those now and I had to type them out word by word. Because a lot of them, they were written in just kind of very, very curious ways by some linguists in their different ways, or they decided to write. But it's really difficult to read some of them, so I typed them out into a Word document, did my own translation, and put them here on this website. Not all of them. Like if you click here on these little 3 lines, that pulls up some of the stories that I've done so far. So I'm still adding more. So as you come back, hopefully you'll begin to see more. But you can click on any one of these, and then when you do, this story comes up. You can see it has a brief little introduction. Then it has the Paiute text and a translation below it. These are all my translations. So please, 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 if you see any kind of translation here that you're thinking, I don't really like how that's translated, and you think you have a better one, please let me know, and I will be glad to try to revise things. Because I want it to be as accurate as possible so that we can learn. But here's the thing. Obviously, these are all written or typed, right? Whereas traditionally, we learned these stories by listening. They were shared orally. Traditionally, we learned by hearing them. So I hope in the future to be able to get audio of these stories to be able to have on here so that we can listen. But until then, unfortunately, we're limited to the written form. And as we all know, there is no one right way to spell in Paiute. There are multiple ways, just like there are multiple dialects. So actually, I have 3 available here for everyone to be able to choose from. Again, I know that there's more. There are other ways that individual people like to write, and that's all great as well. But I just have these 3 here. So this first one here that you can actually, it's already up. It's a modified IPA. And so, one of the reasons why I like this is because it doesn't look anything like Taibo. It looks completely different. Not completely different, but it looks a lot different. And so I kind of like that because, again, it don't look like Taibo. For example, you got this U here with these little dots that represents the sound. So, sumega. It would be the same for the word numu. Numu, it would have this over it. Whereas this regular U without it is just the oo sound. Oo. The I is just the E sound. So anyways, I'm not going to go into how to read it here. But another one here that I have is this S here with this little kind of a caret. They call it a caret above it. That represents the sh sound. Yesh, yesh. So I try to do that as much as I can whenever the S kind of, depending on your dialect, whenever it has that esh sound, but I may have missed some. So, but as you can see, I have a Wycliffe, McDermott, and Burns. I put Wycliffe in parentheses because this is the spelling system traditionally called Wycliffe, the Wycliffe spelling system. But actually, it was developed by elders from McDermott, like in the 50s or 60s, sometime, with the help of some associates from Wycliffe. But still, I call it McDermott because it was kind of mostly developed by them and approved and accepted by them at that time. So if you're familiar with that one, then you could use that. There's also the Burns. This one was developed by elders from Burns in the 90s. And so in this case, the E represents the sound, semega. If it was Numu, it would be N-E-M-E, Numu. And so, yeah, if you're familiar with that one, you can use that one. So 3 different options to choose from to read. But the thing I like best is that if you click on every single word, you can pull it up and you see attributes come. It breaks it down. Well, first you have the word itself, semega, as it breaks it down by morpheme. So you got the root with the suffix. A gloss is basically like a one-word meaning of that, whatever the morphemes are, and I provide a kind of an explanation of the morphemes there. So here's a word with more suffixes. You got the main root, cry, cry. You got this habitual suffix and a simultaneous suffix, and each of the notes describe it. And so again, my hope and desire is that you can learn, Paiute in this way. Again, not the most ideal way of learning, but it's one way to help learn, one way to supplement your learning, to be able to see and learn how words are formed and how they can be broken apart into suffixes and morphemes, and what each morpheme, the meaning, how it contributes to the whole. So yeah, this is, a very, very simple website, nothing fancy about it. But hey, it's functional and it works. And so I think that is everything. Some of the words I may not have, notes, and that's just because, oftentimes, like here, like these ones, I didn't write anything because I already have another note previously in the story, which defines these. So keep that in mind. If you see something that you don't know what it is, you click on it, but there's no notes here, you're going to have to go back into the story to find out what that is. So again, I hope this is helpful. Please, reach out to me if you have any questions, any additional insight you want me to add. I will be glad to do that. This is just, again, one of my ways to contribute to us learning and revitalizing our beautiful language. So I guess that is all until now. So hope you have a good day. Until next time, Uniwa. See you later.